Hello, YouTube, and Merry Christmas. Hey, welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Hello, everybody. Yes, I got my nails changed and done. My daughter picked out the design. They did a good job. So I feel like I'm a little, let me turn off my heater, even though I might freeze to death. So I haven't been stamping in a little bit because I tore the meniscus in my right knee, which by compensating for that, I put my SI joint out of whack. But my doctor, love him, he got me in real quick. So I just had to spend 3 days down to let it really soak into its job. And I am finally back out in my stamp room. And I'm talking and I should be like moving the whiteboard. I don't know. I just feel kind of out of it. So I haven't been out here. It feels like forever. And it's only been, maybe a week. Oh, week and a half. Been wrapping a lot of presents. Anyway, so this is an extra Funfold card using the Handmade Hugs stamp set and punch, which is the bundle. So this is it. It's one of the two I was concentrating on this month. Now, I did make, let me show you what we're going to use. So we're going to use the punch. I'm using some retired stuff, guys. So we're using For You, these two little flowers, with love, you're the best. And so today we celebrate you. And I think we're going to go ahead and use the border. I haven't pulled that out. But anyways, the other part of this is I wanted to show you these gorgeous paper butterfly accents. Now you get something like 40 in this tiny little package. Yeah, there's 40. Let me show you the sheet. They come like this. Do I have something that will show them up better? So do you see? Really pretty. We're going to use a few of these. They're not on my sample yet. You can see I was playing with them. And so, oops, I just lost one. So let's get, now that I made a mess of everything I had organized, right? Just how it's going to go. So Miss Tammy sent me a thing about this card fold, and even though I was laid up, I had to come figure it out. Now I think I made a mistake in some of the measurements. So we're going to go over what we're going to need for this. And I'm hoping this is the right size. Yes, 4¼ So we're going to start. Oh, let me show you the card. See, I told you I'm just not with it. This is a really cute fun fold. Goes like this. Now I would put it in the envelope this way. It folds up really short. You could even, if you have a little note card, or make a little envelope to fit this size. It is cute, but this part pops out. This, of course, is my sample. We're going to change a few things about this card. So let's go over what we're going to need. We're going to need a card base that is 4¼ by 11. You are going to score at 3¼ at 5¼ and 7¾ We are going to do that together. And then on the 3¼ inch score line and on the 7¾ inch score line, you're going to come down 2¾ from the top. You can make a mark, or you can just do it how you want to do it. I just made a little mark, and you cut across from 2¾ to 2¾ That gives you that little pop out and pop in, as I call it. Pop out, pop in part of the fun fold. So let's go down. I did that. Now the layers. You're going to need 2 of all of these layers. So let me show you what I have. So you're going to need to cut 2. I'm using Pear Pizzazz. I'm using retired products. So this is Marvelous Magenta. This is Pear Pizzazz. You will need 2 right here at 3 by 4. Now, by the magic of television and prep work, I've already cut and glued these. So your next piece, your next layer is your DSP, and I'm using this floral DSP, and I'm not sure what it was called, but it was in my little pouch of things, and I thought it would make a really pretty card. So you're going to need to cut 2 pieces of DSP, 2¼ by 3½ Okay, that's of one of those layers. And then your next layer, that was for these 2 pieces. Our next are the top of the pop in and out pieces. They're right here. So you're going to start with the cardstock layer, and it's 1 3/4 by 2 1/2. Our DSP then, it's already glued on for us, is 1 1/2 by 2 1/4, and this is wrong, guys. It is one. Let me see. I thought that was wrong. Nope, that's 1 3/4. This is 2 by 2 1/2. So this is where I made the mistake. I didn't write it down. This is 2 by 2 1/2. And that makes this 1 3/4 by 2 1/4. And that I did need to make adjustments for. So there we have those two pieces. Then next we have our little lower pieces here. And those, yes, they're already done for us. So we have 2 of Pear Pizzazz at 1 1/4 by 1 3/4. Ta-da! It's already done for me. 1 by 1 1/2. So those are those layers. Now what else are we going into? We need the Handmade punch with Marvelous Magenta. We'll get to that. We need a scrap of, that's tape on my thing. We need a scrap of white that will fit this large oval that I'm going to use. That's a retired punch. A bow. I made this bow. This is the last of it. And I don't know if it's polished pink or Marvelous Magenta. It was from an old paper pumpkin. I just made me a bow. And from here to here, it's roughly 2 1/2 inches. You could use ribbon, whatever you would like. For the back of the card, I have a piece that is 3 by 4, which is the same as these front two panels. And this is just a scrap of white. And then I had some little strips left over. I put a little border down there. That's for our sentiment. Then we have, I almost forgot this piece. For our sentiment on our card right here, you can use white. I just happen to use a piece of the floral DSP, and I flipped it over, and this measures 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. We're going to stamp on that. We have our paper butterfly accents I showed you, and that will do it. So we're going to get started, and I don't need my notebook, but I do want to show you, I did make a template. Ta-da! So let me try to lay it this way for you. You guys can get a look at this. So this shows you, this is 4 1/4 by 11. You score at 3 1/4, at 5 1/2, at 7 3/4. You come down from the 3 1/4 and the 7 3/4 score line. You make a mark at 2 3/4, and you cut from that mark to the other mark. And it's that simple. And the other rest of it is, you know, DSP. So I have an envelope we're going to do, but I'm going to move all of that aside. And we are going to go ahead. I'm having to make room for my trimmer. And we're going to go ahead and get this done. And I'm hoping, excuse me. So we don't want that dark blade is the cutting blade. We want to move it out of the way, opening up the arm. So we're going to start at 3 1/4. And I don't want anything like, there we go. 3 1/4. 1, 2, and 3. Scoot it down to 5 1/2. This is the center now. 1, 2, and 3. Now you can go down to 7 3/4. 1, 2, 3. Or you can turn it around and score at 3 1/4 again on the opposite side. That's up to you. Now, told you, let me get my little pencil here. So you can do this also different ways, but we need to put it here. So you can take this, put it in at 2 3/4, right? Me, I used a ruler, but I'm going to show you both ways. So I'm going to come in with my little ruler here. And first on that score line, I'm going to mark at 2 3/4, which is right there. I'm going to come down to this one. Not sure you guys can see that yet. Tried to get a closer angle. So 2 3/4. Right there. Now I'm going to cut from here to here with my trimmer, or you don't have to make a mark. I'm just trying to show you guys options. If you take your cardstock and you put it in at 2 3/4, like so, then you want to bring the cutting blade, and on the guide is this ruler. You want to start your ruler. You can line this little groove that's on the little cutting blade. Line that center groove on the side to 3 3/4. So let's see. It's kind of hard to see at this angle. I'm pushing it down. Now I'm going to bring it all the way down to 7 3/4, which is going to be right at my little dot. This one I got a little over, but there you have it. And that's all it is. It is not difficult. Do not let it freak you out. This little extra cut that I went outside of my score line, do not let that freak you out. You will not see it. So let's go ahead and fold this. Now, you know me, I like to fold away from me. And I'm going to fold all of these just like I would a normal card. I'm just going to fold them all in one direction. Then I'm going to take it and I'm going to fold it in the opposite direction. So now I'm going back. I just want them really well creased so they can go forwards or backwards, in and out. It's up to you. But by doing it this way, I feel that it's very workable now. So there is our card fold. So this one is, this part pushes in, this part pushes out, and that is what it looks like. When you open it up, it's like, oops, this one goes that way. Huh, there. So, cute little fold. Let's get to decorating it. Yeah, I feel, I feel weird. I feel like, oh, I kind of like haven't been out here in a while. So while I start gluing on my panels, I'm going to let you guys take a peek at my template there. So I have all of my panel pieces. So 2 of the Pear Pizzazz, which layers here. It's 3 by 4, and my DSP is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. You can go another layer if you wish. I wrote those down. I chose not to. So I'm just going to get some glue on all of these. I'm going to do dashes instead of dots. So here's one on its side of the card. We're going to match that up on the other. So once again, this is 3 by 4 in the Pear Pizzazz. And then my DSP is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. So here's my other piece. Now for our top, I'm missing one of those. There it is. For our top pieces, the second set of layers, the Pear Pizzazz is 2 by 2 1/2, and you need 2 of these. Dot, dot, dot. And that's just going up here in this panel. You can do this with any DSP you have. I just like using some of my retired stuff up as I was playing here. So like I said, we need 2 of those. Great use of DSP. If you have extra DSP, I think this is a great Funfold to show that off. So here is this. Now we are going to stamp. I'm going to stamp directly onto the DSP, these pieces, at least a little bit of them. I think 2 of them. There you have it. Not too hard yet, right? I don't think so. So let's go ahead, and I chose the For You and With Love. And since I used Marvelous Magenta, I'm bringing in Marvelous Magenta. I'm going to move that aside now. All right, so let's see. We are just going to stamp. I think I'm going to stamp With Love here. Great. And I'm just changing it up a little bit, and For You up here. So I have one in this panel and one in that panel. Next, I am going to bring, these are polymer stamp sets. Now, if I could just find my, oh my goodness, it's missing. This is what I just, you guys, I mean, it's just what it is. Okay, Stampin' Pierce mat is officially missing, so we are going to bring this in and use it. Let's see, there. So this piece is going to go like so, and we need, Today We Celebrate You. This is going to go in the center, hopefully. Ta-da! And I am going to, where is the black? The black memento is missing also. Are you kidding me? No, I'm not kidding you. Black memento has disappeared. And I don't know why or where. Let's see. Oh, there it is. All right. The reason why I need black memento is I am using a blender pen. So we are just going to give it, I really wanted to kind of stick with the Marvelous Magenta, but it smeared a whole lot on my sample. So we did those 2 little flowers. Now my blender pen, my really old one that, guys, I just cannot seem to get rid of. That's the green. There we go. So you can see I am just going to pick up the Marvelous Magenta along the edge here. And I am just going to put some on the inside of that little flower. This is why I couldn't use Marvelous Magenta, because it smeared last time to stamp the flowers. So there's that. Now I am going to bring in Pear Pizzazz, and we're going to color in the leaves. Which ones? We don't want that one. And this one, you can see that little bit of ink here that I see in my thing. We are going to ink up our leaves. You could use a Stampin' Right marker. You could use a blend. And then I'm going to just touch the stem with a little bit of Pear Pizzazz. All right. We're done with that one. Now we need the scrap, and we need You're the Best. For me, this is a birthday card. So You're the Best, and we're using that large oval retired one, and it hopefully is going to layer up beautifully. See how nice that is? You're the Best. Punch that out, but we're not done stamping. I do need to get the border. I did not get that. So my little border here. I'm going to pick it up, and then I'm going to get my scrap piece of Marvelous Magenta. And let's see if I can get it. Ooh, it can go right there. So I'm going to ink this up. Hopefully, I'll be able to get it punched out. nicely. Oh, really nice. Really, 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 really nice. So the punch is done. The oval punch can go over there, and we can finish assembling this card. So now we're gonna, oh, that looks so good. Do you see how simple that is? This is just gonna, oh, it could have been a little smaller. That's okay. Maybe we'll do it, we're gonna do it this way, so you get more of that detail on there. So this is gonna go up on dimensionals. Just needs two. Could put one in the center, but I don't think it needs it. And it is freezing. Yes, it's like 30, what was it? 37 degrees this morning. And I haven't been in my stamp room, so the heater's been off. So this is simply going to go there, and it's not where it would really need to be. I need to scoot it over, and it's tearing it. Let's see. I would like it to be somewhat in the center. All right, so that's going to go there. Would look cute like that, but it just won't fit. Little X marks the spot. You're the best. My ribbon is going to come in here, my bow actually, and I'm going to use a piece of tear tape to get it, all of its little bits to stay down. Undo that. It's got a little too much on that side for my liking. So there's my little bow. This little piece here we can pop up on dimensionals too. Why not? We'll just do like 4. 1, 2. Oh, we're going to do 5 because there's an extra one that is just begging to be used. So there. If you have a hard time with dimensionals, if you push in the center, it usually pops one edge up. If you do it on a flat surface, just push in the center, and right there it popped it up. So lay that there. Now we're going to play with those butterflies, which was, as I dropped the glue bottle, guys. Just one of those things. And I got dimensionals not wanting to go away. So there's our card base. You can see part of it anyways. Now we're going to do some butterflies. So I had a play with these already. I'm going to leave them on their thing. And I took, is this the light or the dark? This is the dark. I wanted a solid color to start out with for my butterflies. So I'm taking, make sure I got this right, the dark smoky slate, and I'm doing my butterfly's body. Making his body a little bigger. All right, and that one, we're going to do this one, just going over his body, and this one needs the same thing. We'll just go straight down. All right, now we're just going to use a sponge dauber. Now I started with the outside of the butterfly purse, bounced off once or twice. I did around the outside. I'm not worried about going onto his body because it actually looks pretty good when it is. I went nice dark on the outside, and then I went it lighter on the inside. I was trying to stay with one color. And then I'm going to pounce lightly on the inside. And there's one butterfly done. They're that easy and that quick. And these are going to make great little accents on our card. So let's go again. I'm not even going to pounce off. I'm just going to go really dark around the outside of the butterfly. Remember, you can add ink, you just can't take it off. I'm going to do his body too. I like the little stippling, little dotty effects, if you will, that come with sponge daubering instead of a blender brush. All right. Okay, so this one I want really dark. You can do down the center and then do the inside part of the wings, which I want lighter after you go around. And I want some more darkness there. And let's do this large one. So we're going to start dark, 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 dark. Go all the way around. If you have some of that butterfly, what was it? Butterfly bijou, butterfly, whatever that was. I'm going to show it to you because I pulled it out. I almost used it, but then I saw that florally paper I had. I was like, oh, let's use this. So it would go great with these butterflies. I am going to show you in a second. Now with this large one, I'm going to come up here like so. And then you get to see what they all look like. I think that's really perfect. And you can do front or back. You can have these going whichever way you want. So let me move that aside and this, and let me show you some of the DSP I thought would make one of these great cards with this Funfold. So you have that new garden, meandering garden DSP. My aunt gave me some of these papers. These would make beautiful anything with this landscape. Let the paper do all the work, and it does. And this is that butterfly bijou. And I still have some of it, and this will go pair beautifully with these butterflies, I'm telling you. This would make a beautiful card. I just chose to use this florally stuff instead. So we have 3 butterflies. We don't have to use all of them, as I have another fold like this for you that I designed. I made it bigger, and that is going to be in the part 2 of this video. So this one, being as large as it is, may not exactly fit on this card, but this one, ooh, that one will fit there. And we can do, oh, let's see, I think we're going to do him. What if we make him flying this way? Or actually, I kind of like it like right there. That would be cool. Okay, so this is going to be a little interesting. I am actually going to, I'm going to put a little piece of tear tape right there. And this is 1/8 of an inch tear tape, because I do want him to sit on top of my knot. So let's see. Oops. I don't need all of that, so I need to trim this back. And I just rip off his antennae? It did. It ripped off. They are paper. Not sure where his antennae went to. And then I'm going to put some glue. If I find it, I'll glue it back down there. Anybody see the antennae? Oh, that stinky little bug. Stinky little butterfly. So I have tear tape here in the center. I'm going to add just a little bit of glue so it sticks to I'm going to have to find the antennae or do another one. So now we have that little bit there. Now this one. I'm thinking we can make this butterfly. Yes, we are. We're going to cut the butterfly up. You guys know it does not bother me. So I am cutting along his body. If I move his wing this way, we can do 2 wings. Ooh, wouldn't that be pretty? So let's grab, where is my scrap paper? Here. All right. So we cut the butterfly apart. We're going to sponge dauber this wing. I'm not even re-inking it. At least I don't think I am. Yeah, we are. We're going to go around the outside with darker ink. There we go. So we cut it apart. Let me show you again. So that's where he went to. We cut it apart. We're flipping this one over and we're going to glue these 2 on top of each other. And I'm just going to add glue there to do that. Try to be careful of their little antennae. See, ooh, so pretty. Now this butterfly will fit on my card because it's got to sit in there. All right, so now I'm just going to glue him down. Just adding glue in a few places. Looks like I got a little bit too much on the outside of those wings. Don't need it. There's my butterflies. Oh, that's really pretty. Really, really pretty. Now we do need some bling on this. Let's see what we got that we can use. We're done with the snowflakes for now. Ooh, those little pink and purple ones. Or we have those little clear drops. Those don't sparkle. So these are from the 2021 to 2023 in color opal rounds, and we are definitely going to use these. So I think we're going to use these pink ones. So I'm going to put one in the O, one in the, that one. I can really use these up. Oh, that's cute. We can do those 2. Do I have? Yes. We're going to, weird placement, you guys might think, but yeah, but that's okay for me. I think that's a cute placement. Oh, cute. Okay, and then we have these, which I'm going to go there and there, and it's sticking to me and not the paper. You can write, you can do more. It's just a simple little card. You can see where I place those. Makes you focus on those. Of course, you can do more butterflies there. I don't think I need to. This one, if I were seeing, you can do front and back, but he's just too big. So that is for that front. And now we're going to do the back. If I can find where the piece went to, right? You saw it. I did show you at the beginning why this has always happened. All right. So I'm going to choose to set it. Let's see. This is how the card sits. Like so. So I'm going to choose to put my sentiment strip for the back on the back of where it says celebrate today. Then we're going to do our envelope. Then I'm going to show you what part 2's video card is going to look like. After I warm up my hands, because they are absolutely frozen. Just the way it is out here in my stamp room. Really, really pretty. You could add Wink Estella to this. So let's do our envelope. Now this envelope is basically the same for this card as the next. I took, this is a 1/2 inch strip by 6, and I am going to use my grid right here, and I'm going to put glue, just this is so simple, y'all. It is so simple. Just adding this 1/2 a strip of the DSP to the lower part of the envelope. You can stamp on it. You can do whatever you wish. I just chose to use DSP to tie it all in. Now we're going to do the flap. And the flap piece is 2.5 inches by 6. And then we're going to fussy cut it. So I add glue all the way around the edges. And then scribble, scribble, scribble in the center. Lay this right up next to the fold of the flap. Give it a little rub down, a little massage is all it needs. And I'm gonna fussy cut with some scissors, following the flap of the actual envelope. And it's gonna make a beautiful, beautiful envelope. And it's simple. Now, if I had thought enough, I would get a happy birthday stamp and actually stamp probably like right here, happy birthday, but I didn't bring one out, so we're not going to. So that is my card. Yes, it's simple in design as far as it's just DSP that's doing it. Now I want to show you. You can fold the card up like so, and it will fit in the envelope. No problem. You can also, in case the person doesn't know, you can leave that little bit out and stick it in the envelope. Really, really cute card. It needs a little bit more glue on my envelope. Let's take it out. Probably didn't get close enough to the edge. Just right there. So I hope you guys like this fold. I'd love to know what you guys think of it. I think it's gorgeous with the paper. And now I'm going to show you, since the month of December, I was concentrating on 2 stamp sets. The Handmade Hugs, which I used the sentiments for this card. Okay. And then the other one was the Heartfelt Hexagon. This is what I made this card with. You can see it's larger. I didn't finish it all. I was just getting it, and it does pop in and out, and it will fit in an envelope. So in part 2, I'm going to show you how I made this version of the card. So hope you guys stay tuned for that. And I hope that you like this card enough to give me a thumbs up, like, share. It helps my channel grow. But even if you don't want to do that, would you leave me a comment and let me know what you think of this fold? So thanks for watching, everybody. Merry Christmas, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.